Look at you now, boy. Look at you now. Before the Bell podcast, slamming all comers. Bloodlines, crime time, real bath water. The boys' mind burns a CT. On your way to the count, 1, 2, 3. For the Bell podcast. Before the Bell podcast. Bell ringers.
Ladies and gentlemen, the greatest wrestling podcast of all time. It's me, it's Main Event CT, and I am joined by the legendary, the Dark Attack, Dark Kent himself. He always has a master plan. Let me tell you something. It's Chris Burns.
Darkzilla in the building. Yeah, your boy Chris, please. What?
Darkzilla?
Darkzilla.
I like
You
it.
understand it? Understand? And I don't usually make political statements. You understand me? I don't get caught up in the rigmarole of what's happening, especially on this show. This show is about pro wrestling.
Yes.
This show is about fun, but I'm gonna make a political statement because there's too much going on. You have to understand my POV. I will say, no matter who you supported, I am still the vintage shirt king. Do you understand what I'm talking about? No matter what you say, no matter what platform you want to get out there, understand what's going on right now. This is a 1996 Rob Van Dam ECW. There it is. ECW t-shirt, RVD 420 on the back. You ain't got this. You don't got this. Nobody got this. I got this.
Did not know where you were going with it initially.
I know. I
was
made you nervous a
man,
little bit.
I was so nervous. I was like, man, what is this about to be? But I love the shirt.
Thank you, sir.
You've been in the gym. I see you, brother. You doing your thing.
I appreciate you. Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Let me say this. Bell ringers, everybody who's watching out there, thank you so much for watching. If this is your first time watching the show, tell us in the comments. Our super chats are open. We are also live on Facebook. The stars are available. Oh, we got.
Can I tell you something?
Super chat.
We've
right now.
already got going.
That's
you understand?
crazy.
Michael Jones getting it started, 1999. He said, starting the show off right, hit that like button, subscribe, and share. That's right.
I love that. We need to, and I appreciate you guys for having the likes going up and the shares are happening. We're growing because of you guys. What's the next one, good brother?
We got another one from Derek Watson at $9.99. Finally caught the live show. Best wrestling podcast out on the planet. Shout out to the whole crew. CT, we need a Power Rangers spinoff pod from you would be fire. Bells.
You know what's funny about you saying that, man? I'm not opposed to that. And because a lot of the Rangers are friends, you just created an idea. Wow, you just create something that I'm passionate about and an idea that I could do here at Petty Cat Studios. All right, so
absolutely. Hold on, we gotta stop again.
We
King
gotta-
Rome in the building for $10. Thank you so
Okay.
much, sir.
King
He didn't
Rome.
even say nothing.
He didn't say nothing.
He just like, I
He
got a
go
little
to
for y'all.
money.
Yeah. Got a little change. Got a little change for y'all. I appreciate that. That's
Here
like when
you
you
go.
go to the laundromat, your grandma say, go ahead, take some of this. You go play Pac-Man or whatever.
Oh, not even that. That's like when you go to the laundromat, you throwing your jeans in, and you reach in pockets, and you be like, $100.
Bonus, come on.
Crazy.
Best
We got
day.
another. Oh,
Come on. What we got going on here?
look
Click
at
on
these
that.
blessings.
There's another King Rome for $10. Ain't got nothing to say. He just got paid
Thank you.
2 days ago, and he want to share the wealth. I appreciate you, bro.
Yo, respect and appreciation, man. Before we get started with the show, bell ringers, you already know what to do. If you're watching the replay, hit the replay and throw your bells in there. If you are new to the show and you haven't said it before, tell us where you're watching from. Where in the world you are watching from.
Brandy coming through in 1999.
Man.
Come on now. My first time catching y'all live. Had to show some love. Keep doing y'all thing. We will keep doing our thing.
We shall.
Because of y'all support.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
These are facts, man.
Kim Gilmore with 10. My guys, bell ringers, stand up. I saved this just for this question. What happened to us getting the Summer of Benoit story from that one guy? Well, I don't know what you even talking about. Oh my God. Oh, he was under attack.
Hello out there, bell ringers. What you're paying witness to is the Ultimate Warrior. And there are a lot of people out there
who say that their podcast is no contest. O'Shea Jackson Jr. That's right. We melt the ice cubes here at Before the Bell. We're not straight out of Compton. We're coming straight out of the microphones. O'Shea Jackson Jr. And the power of the Warriors. They are imbued. The power of the bell ringers. They are imbued in all of our bloods. And you might get in that cockpit, O'Shea Jackson Jr.
Wait, yo, indeed.
You might get in that cockpit and you might ride that plane.
Riding the cockpit is crazy.
And you might fly it into whatever buildings you see around you.
Well,
but there's still gonna be one building standing, and that is Before the Bell podcast.
So, am I gonna guess you're from Marts Unknown?
Yes.
Hey, man. First of all, respect for the precision of the face paint. Mm-hmm. Let me give you that, brother. This is the first time you done some face paint. And you did it perfectly, boy.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You're doing your thing out here.
Thank you.
Outside of that, another pair of shorts. You do not own below the knee shorts, boy.
No. And are those compression shorts built in, or is that a double thing you got going on?
Double.
All right. Yeah. Keep it warm. Keep it warm.
Tiny.
Oh, God.
So we had a conversation last week that got heated in a good way.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And we were speaking about
Good
who put
heat.
more. What did you say?
Good heat.
Good heat. We had a conversation about who put more people on, which wrestler, and which wrestlers we may have forgotten.
Yep.
And you guys can still answer that question about wrestlers who put the most people over in the game. A comment reads from the episode from JJ Smirk. When you think about it, Seth put on Cody also. Being that he was his return opponent and helped him win his title. Also, we could throw in the fact that he had the chest injury before he went out in a match against Seth. I see where he's cooking, but I disagree because Cody put in his time before he left the WWE.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? But as far as resurgence, and he was there before Seth even came on the roster.
Yeah.
So you can't say Seth put him on, but you could say that their rivalry helped catapult him back into the main event picture.
Here's a problem.
Okay.
Cody has gotten everything he's ever been tasked with over.
Yes.
Yeah.
He got the face mask over. He got a mustache over.
He got that mustache over.
You know what I'm saying? He got
That was firefighter
Stardust over.
Yeah.
And when he
to
came,
some extent.
Yeah. And then when he came back, he was scorching hot.
He was scorching hot.
When people heard the wrestling as more than one royal family at that pay-per-view and lost their minds, it was like, there's nothing to be made. He's the man. He's a made man.
Yeah, I think
absolutely.
people also forget he was the first one to jump from AEW to WWE.
Absolutely
So
right.
that already was a big
founder.
leap. A founder.
Which made it even bigger.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna read this really quickly, and then I want to say something about AEW. Ton of super chats. Let's read them, man.
Wait,
Hit
okay.
them on the screen.
Okay, Kim Gilmore for $10. Thank you so much. My guys, bell ringers, stand up. I saved this just for this question. What happened? Oh yeah, we read this already, but I didn't know what she's talking about. What the summer of Benoit?
When Mark Mero was on, and he was talking about, I think he told the story on the Patreon. So go back to the Patreon, look for the Mark Mero episode, and he tells the story of everything that happened after the Benoit tragedy while he was writing for WWE. So he's got some good stories, but he told him on the Patreon. So that's why you should always subscribe to the Patreon. We got a lot of exclusives over there.
That's right.
And thank you so much for saying that, man. And I've been seeing comments like, "Hey, well, how long are the episodes on Patreon?" It's not about how long the episodes are. It's about how we use them. You see what I did there?
I love that. I enjoyed that.
Also, we have other things we drop on the Patreon that you guys will know about first. So it's not just about episodes. It's about exclusive content. And if you're able to come over there, make sure you come over there. If you're not, Thank you so much for being here. And everybody who's giving super chats, we appreciate you guys' hard-earned money. Thank you so much. And people who aren't able to give super chats, we appreciate you guys just for being here. Sharing a video and liking costs nothing. So please make sure that you do that for us. What's the next one, Mark?
Deuce Bigelow for $10.
Yeah.
Coming through.
Deuce big below.
Big below. My bad. Pause. If there was ever a time to throw in a big surprise with the Bloodline story, it would have been for Sami Zayn to turn heel on Friday. I thought about that, but it's...
No.
He's too beloved.
Yeah.
And KO's already heel. Something's got to cook out of that.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
And what, even with his anger towards Roman or whatever, you ain't trying to roll with Solo.
No.
You know what I mean? You don't know them like that. No. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's good with Solo, but he don't know, like, the Tongans.
Exactly.
And, you know what I mean? Like, you ain't trying to roll with that.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Next one, Mark.
DJC41777 with a $10 super chat says, Martin sounds like he wears a sleep apnea mask. All right.
Do you?
No.
Okay, all right.
Hey, man, let me say this, man.
Yeah.
I owe you an apology. I owe you an apology because when we started this show, every time I hit you with a joke, it comes from the middle
heart.
of my heart.
Yeah.
It is love. I've never said anything disrespectful to you. The people have joined in.
Yeah. 100%.
They pay money to roast me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying that is?
No. You roast the ones you love, though. So that means they love you as well. No,
I don't know them.
Well, still, but you bring them so much joy on this show.
Mark says he does it for free.
Yeah,
and here's the thing.
yeah.
And the people who joined in, it's also in love, but it's they coming for you crazy every time. Do we have another, Mark, before we continue?
Yeah.
Well, there's a couple. There's Derek Watson for $1.99 said the Unclement Warrior.
All right.
That's crazy.
You could have done better.
And then
and then King Rome with the $10 super chat.
yeah, that's his third one. It's
Yes.
$30.
Yeah, he's up here. He says the likes need to match the views, or CT is gonna beat y'all ass.
That's a possibility.
Yeah.
That's a possibility. Let's see. We got another one from Tyrone Handon.
Tyrone.
Flip my EBT money so I can send that super chat. Happy to positive brothers doing real stuff we loves. Absolutely.
Wow,
And we love you do.
man.
And Randy Constance for $4.99
Hey.
said, I swear the Chiefs made a deal with whatever the hell Martin is to stay undefeated. We was just talking about that before we started. That's hilarious. And Dr. Charlotte Walker,
Yeah.
$10.
Says this is for Martin's throat lozenge fun because I know you have laryngitis, my guy.
It's guttural, is what they're saying.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
You guys are freaking amazing.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna run this because I saw this the other day.
Yeah.
Blew my mind. And I wanted to add somebody, but I'm gonna tell you. Sports Illustrated did a top WWE superstars of all time. I'm gonna just say them in order. Stone Cold Steve Austin, Hulk Hogan, The Rock, John Cena, Roman Reigns, Undertaker, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, Bruno Sammartino, Randy Savage, Kurt Angle, Roddy Piper, Edge, Randy Orton, Andre the Giant, CM Punk, Chris Jericho, Mick Foley, Becky Lynch.
There's two people I would put in top 30, but not top 20. Edge and
Get
Jericho.
him out of there.
Well,
Yeah.
Edge is up out of there.
Yeah, immediately.
Edge is out of there for Bianca Belair, in my opinion.
Okay.
I know.
Interesting.
Bianca Belair, bro. Bianca Belair is so good that you don't even realize that she has not been on the main roster that long.
Sure.
It's in
She's
2020.
amazing.
Yeah.
She's headlined WrestleManias.
Yep.
She's been champion after champion. She has not been down on injury. She's been put on banger after banger after banger. She's put other girls on. She's made other girls look good in the ring. She's a superstar. The reason Jade is so good is partly because of Bianca. Okay?
That's a compelling argument to be so incorrect.
Well,
Like Charlotte Flair.
I was gonna say Charlotte.
Is unbelievable to the point where her gimmick is she's so good.
Yeah.
You know
She's
what I'm saying?
at 14 right now.
Right, babyface or heel. It's like she's so good.
You know why you did that?
Go on, tell me.
Y'all don't support black women.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Not true. My mother is black.
Yeah,
I heard
first
about
of
that.
all,
And
you heard
I
about
got her a lot of birthday gifts.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, y'all be going
Right,
for
I'm
these.
sending care packages to the house all the time. All right,
Yeah.
relax, everybody, relax.
Charlotte does belong in that conversation.
Yeah.
You said top 30. If I was to do a 30, Charlotte would be in that as well, just off accomplishments.
Right.
But I'm looking at. I have yet to see a bad Bianca Belair match. I've seen several bad Charlotte matches, championships or not.
Several.
Well, it depends on who because they were putting her in where like Aaliyah. Like they gave her some whack
sometimes
opponents.
it's unavoidable. Like, have I given my controversial opinion about a female wrestler here?
You have not.
No.
My GOAT female wrestler all time. Argue with your mammy.
Yeah,
Bailey.
I've heard you
The
say
You
this.
said
GOAT.
this, yeah.
The absolute GOAT. For a reason. It's for what you're talking about.
Yep.
Not only has Bailey put on banger after banger after,
After banger.
put on taking a lot of punishment too. Bailey
Yeah.
takes some bumps.
Yeah.
Yeah,
in a
crazy
way.
ones.
I mean, she got the cushion for it. Let's be honest.
That-
But the other thing
That was a.
is that her original character was one that you would have never guessed that she could be a heel or an
Right.
effective
Yeah.
one.
Right.
I mean, she's out there hugging. They got the
I
blow
love
up
the
things.
blow up,
and
yeah.
She got the Macho Man fringe on,
Yeah.
and they loving her like that. And then it's like she turns into emo Bailey and takes it up a whole different level.
She had a couple of months being Auntie Bailey.
She does be an Auntie
Yeah.
Bailey.
The shortcut. That
Then
was
she
Auntie
became Ding Dong Hello Heel Bailey.
Yep.
Yeah.
Away from emo Bailey. So it's like, what can't she do? She tried her damnedest to put on a good Nia Jax match.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like,
I think Nia's good.
Nia's amazing now.
Yes.
did you see Nia try to Hurricane Rana last PLE? My guy?
Listen, she's got big legs. That's
Yeah,
Hurricane
sure.
Rana is a little man
can
leg. What? What does that even mean?
I mean, you got some pretty big legs.
I don't have like gams.
I don't think they're gams, but they're pretty big.
What?
We have
are
like
You
the
always wear
same
short
gams?
shorts.
We have the same size legs.
I have pretty big legs.
What are gams?
What are
They're not quite yams. They're guy yams.
Got it. Got it.
So you put Bailey in your top 20 of all time.
The top of all time. She
You
is
put
the
above
GOAT.
The Rock, above
Oh, no,
Stone- Okay,
excuse
yeah.
me. Jesus.
We're not saying
Hold
above.
relax.
Okay, that's why I was asking.
No,
we
no.
swapped out Edge.
Yeah. She's
right.
she is the GOAT female wrestler, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
So let's say we all write for Rolling Stone magazine now.
Yeah.
We're taking Edge out and putting in, let's say, Charlotte, and then we take Jericho out, put in
Well,
Bianca.
That's fine that y'all want to do that. I'm switching out Edge. I'm switching out Edge, who is at what number is Edge?
I would also replace Hulk Hogan with The Rock. Like The Rock being number 3 behind Hogan is a travesty.
Rock's run wasn't long enough.
Yeah, he
That's
only
the
had
problem.
6 years.
He's still there.
now we're
but-
talking about full
yeah.
time.
They've made him like 5 different titles on his own.
Nah, I get it. I totally get it.
What faction did Hogan lead in WWE
NWO?
for like a week?
I just answered the question, dog. I ain't saying. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair. Yeah, that's a good point. I
You
don't
weren't
know why-
expecting that comeback.
Yeah.
So now I will bring up this fact, and you guys can tell us in the comments who are you guys' top 20, please, Martin.
Just Chad said, I'm late, but did anyone else catch Michael Cole tell Corey that he is the curtain jerker during Crown Jewel because Michael, gets to come out first?
Yeah, I caught
That's
it.
hilarious.
It
Yeah.
was hilarious. So Bobby Lashley
Yep.
Yeah.
says, I think this is a random post.
Yeah. Do it in the voice.
Nah, I'm not gonna do it.
Okay. He's scared.
He said, I think that the Miz.
Oh, my God.
Okay, sorry. We love Bobby Lashley. Hurt Syndicate, please don't hurt. He says, I think that the Miz bought a $6 or $7 million house. Maurice is gorgeous. He has a great family. He has a reality show, a game show. He's doing movies. He's the only 2-time Triple Crowner. I'll take any of those. If you don't like the Miz, you have a little bit of jealousy in you. I'm a fan of the Miz. Exactly. I've been a Miz guy since that WrestleMania. His entrance came out when he faced John Cena, and The Rock was a special
Guest referee,
Yeah.
or enforcer.
enforcer.
Yeah.
And man, or he was the host. He was the host of that one.
Yeah.
And Miz came out with the "You Can Hate Me Now" entrance, and the Miz joint separated. Bro, from that day forward, I've been a Miz guy, and I've watched that man go to 0 back to 10 to them just being like, hey, go to AutoZone for us, and him making a meal of everything and him being able to put over people that we did not think would be put over.
So you're putting him in your top 20 list?
Absolutely. And I'm taking Hulk Hogan out.
Whoa.
Yeah, Hogan is gone. Terry Bollea. Yeah, he's gone.
I support it.
Appreciate it.
I support it
Yeah.
because, I'm down for the team. That's what I'm for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, it's not right. You know what I mean? But it don't matter because we ride for the team.
Exactly.
We're for the team, bro.
Yeah. Because I heard that I was listening to the Our Contest podcast with O'Shea and all them.
What is that?
Never heard of it.
Never one time.
Yeah. No, I didn't hear anything.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, my ears were... It's the hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get some mileage out of that wig. I'm going to give you that promise.
A little bit.
There's going to be like 9 more times that I wear. Some of them won't even match, to be honest with you.
AEW, the Hurt Syndicate is bringing in some views.
Yeah.
I mean,
All right.
not enough to beat NXT, apparently, but...
Their segments.
Look what, yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
look at the clips.
But also NXT cheated. It's like we going to the ECW arena. It's gonna be
No.
ECW stars on there. Bubba Ray Dudley wrestled. You know what I mean? Like they
RVD.
was. Come on.
Let little Guido wrestle. You mean to tell me that Mariah May can't beat little Guido? All
No.
right, fair enough. Touche.
The AEW women's division, it's been all sorts of dead since Toni Storm left.
Yeah.
They
Where'd she
got
go?
nothing going on. She's wrestling in Japan.
Japan, yeah.
Oh, speaking of AEW, let me tell y'all something. I'm about to let y'all inside baseball. Beyond this shirt, which I'll put the @ for Karen Ashley, our Yellow Ranger, that you could get. You could DM her and she'll, sell you a shirt. We in a group chat a couple days ago. Martin, Burns, myself. And, we're just talking, and we're like, hey, man, we want to get some types of guests on. And Burns says, oh, yeah, I'll just hit TK tomorrow. And we were like, hey, who's TK? And he's like, Tony Khan. And we're like, the president of AEW? You just have him in your phone? He proceeds to send us pictures of him hanging out with Khan. Them doing podcasts
Over
together.
years.
Yeah.
Plural.
Yeah.
And mind you, if you've been watching the show, you know that Burns has been going hard at Tony Khan
Yeah.
and AEW. So it was a shocker to us that he just slipped that in there as if it was nothing. Explain.
I mean, explain. I'm honest. You know what I mean? I'm gonna always give you my honest take on shows like this. Tony is a good sport. You know what I mean? He knows I criticize him. He, but
You
it is,
just did, too.
It has not sacrificed our relationship in any way. I mean, he's a good dude. He's been very gracious he's appeared on 3 different podcasts that I've had before. Or at least where I've done interviews before. And he's hooked up many an AEW ticket, and he's a good dude.
What'll it take to get Tony Khan right on this couch for Before the Bell podcast?
I mean, we got to get AEW once they come back. Aren't they coming back to LA to form at some point?
That's supposed to. They usually
Yeah.
go out, yeah.
So when he's in town, maybe.
All right.
I can't promise nothing. He's a billionaire.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He can
He
just
is.
fly a helicopter here.
He's also the reason why I hold people accountable that don't text back.
Oh,
He is a billionaire who runs the Jacksonville Jaguars, AEW, and again, is a billionaire, has a Premier League soccer team that he owns, let alone several other businesses.
Yeah.
He always texts me back. So
Wow.
when I hear like comedians be like, I can't, my bad. No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
You don't have a day job.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, absolutely not.
I agree.
I know
with
how
that.
phones work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why I got a day job, so that way I can. I'll text him later.
Congratulations, brother. Tyrone Handed for $10.
Yeah.
Go ahead, read that.
Montez Ford salty with his spot in WWE due to Private Party becoming AEW Tag Champs.
Yeah.
Montez. So what? I didn't see this. He's salty. What did he make
So-
a tweet or something? That seems out of character.
he made like he did like a promo, like a video, but I don't think it didn't seem like he was going after Private Party for real.
Yeah, I'd be interested to know where the Private Party part of it
Reference,
comes
yeah.
in. I mean, just because 2 other black dudes won a tag team title, I don't know
Yeah.
if that necessarily was his motivation.
Also, Montez isn't that type of guy. Like Montez doesn't he doesn't like cry and moan or talk trash about other people on social media. He's not that kind of dude. He's very Christian oriented and no. Anyway, but speaking of that,
Yeah.
let me say this, man. Dawkins you need to stop posting about these sports teams and start posting some wrestling promos, bro. He'd be like, yeah, y'all see that game? Be like, fam.
Yeah.
Cut a promo, bro.
Yeah.
Talk about a match. If you put the energy that you put into you watching sports into this wrestling, people would stop saying what they're saying. And I say that as a friend of the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I got nothing but love for dogs. But it's like, fam, every time I'm seeing a post.
A little character development goes a long way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please.
2534 King with the $10 super chat. Here we go. He said, hey, fellas, love the podcast. Martin looks like someone needs to tell him cocaine is a hell of a drug.
I mean, you know.
What do you mean?
I'm not gonna elaborate on that.
Did the Ultimate Warrior have a lot of cocaine in his system?
I mean, there was a lot of energy when you came into the room. You know what I mean? A lot of energy. A lot of mouth breathing. You know what I'm saying? Like audible breathing. Yeah. You dig? But $5 before that, yeah.
DCJ doing the podcast this long and casually revealing Tony Khan in a group chat is hysterical. Exactly.
Yeah, you get the point.
Yeah.
On his mistake, you have his number.
I've been around for a very long time.
So now Bad News Buck says, so move the cursor so I can see it as long as, I don't have a roast this week. I have the utmost
admiration. I'm going to read this one.
Perfect.
The rest you need to follow suit. Thank you, Bad News Buck, with the $10 super chat saying, I don't even have a roast this week. I have the utmost admiration for Martin's dedication and big ups to the pod. Thank you, Bad News Buck.
Thank you so much.
I do this for you guys.
Yeah, man.
I do this for you.
And himself.
Yeah.
To express himself.
It's almost blackface shit.
Yeah.
I'm black.
You got blackface on, though.
That's not how that works.
That's how it
You
works.
double black.
What?
It's like Nightwing.
Yeah.
And remember Darkman? Not Darkman.
Darkwing Duck?
Nightman. They used to come on WB.
Yes, I do.
It's like
my
Nightman
Lord.
wig.
Remember Batman Returns when he takes his mask off and there's no dark around his eyes? It's like,
Bro,
what happened?
Listen, I've seen that movie 200 times.
Yes.
And I always rewind that part and I'm like,
Wait.
Okay.
Yeah.
That eye makeup was gone for that part.
It attached to the helmet.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That other super chat.
Yeah, Kim Gilmore, welcome back. The $10 super chat says, I love y'all down. Okay. But if TK comes on the show, I'm going to need some endos. No dos, my bad. To listen to his talk in run-on sentences for an hour.
Oh, you don't like this? Next week in Winnipeg, a special championship match where Kenny Omega takes on the Blackpool Combat Club. You don't like that every week?
Sound like he need to drink some water.
I blink way more than he does.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
It'd be weird, man.
Let's get to...
I love you, TK. Friend of the show.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show.
Let's get to Monday Night Raw, man.
Yeah.
Monday Night Raw. Before we say that, random but real. This is a moment I thought about.
Ooh, is this a new segment for you? Random but real.
Play the cue. Play the cue.
Random but real. Road Dogg's pump handle slam was Paul City.
Oh, without question.
It was like, I watched the clip the other day of him doing it against like Xbox or something, and I was like, whoa.
Right.
And that's his friend.
That's his friend. It made me uncomfortable. I was
You not
like,
trying
man.
your cheeks clap mid-match?
Yeah, there was a lot of... There was a good, 25 years of just pause-worthy moves like that. When Viscera would had the pajamas on and he would roll on top of somebody and just start humping them from the back. You're like, that's crazy.
Quite zesty.
Oh, my goodness.
There's got to be a better way to do this.
Let me hit y'all with this. Because I pitched this in the chat and I want to ask you guys in the comments and you tell me your question. These were absurd scenarios because of a video we saw. You got to take 3 consecutive WCW in his prime Goldberg spears or 2 clothesline from hells from a recently offended Bradshaw. Not JBL. All right, this is APA Bradshaw.
Okay.
So which one do you choose?
Ooh.
Man.
This is Goldberg in his prime or Bradshaw before he even thought about cutting and dyeing his hair?
I feel like I'd rather take the clotheslines from hell. Because, with Goldberg, he's not trying to protect you.
No.
98 Goldberg, he was like, if you get hurt, you get hurt. That has nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
I'm just out there doing my job. I thought I was supposed to hurt you. Isn't
Certainly. He ended my career like Bret Hart. And I'm not trying to, you know what I mean? Because also he's made it clear that like he criticizes a lot of modern spears because people leave their feet.
Yeah.
And if you look back at Goldberg's, he didn't leave his feet. He just ran right through you. That's your whole sternum just yeah, you know what I mean? And you don't need that. Nobody needs that. Because it's not selling when you just hurt.
Yeah.
You just hurt.
Excuse me.
I'm definitely taking the clothesline.
Yeah.
I didn't think that through.
There you go.
Oh, you wanted to take the spear, didn't you? You wanted to get speared by Goldberg 3 times?
Well, the way
I mean, why do you have to say it that way? Yeah, that was 1, 2 is crazy.
That got absurd.
You said 3 consecutive. So I was just going over what you said.
Wait till you hear next week's scenario. Anyway, all right. Monday Night Raw, Jade came out in Deadpool attire, which I thought was dope.
Yeah.
It was very dope.
They're making the bodysuits work.
They are.
Like they're fine because I think originally, like you look back at the first time they had the women wrestle over there, it was like I'm wearing pink, I'm wearing black. It's like nah, man, that's what.
And a t-shirt over it.
Yeah,
it was weird.
Yeah.
The women's battle royal, Valkyria didn't get a face pop when she was one of the final 2 people in the ring. And what's going on with Kairi Sane? Like, what are they going to do with her?
I think they need to dismantle
damage control.
There's only 2 left now.
That's right.
Yeah.
They
the other 2 are hurt.
need to be called something else. Unless, I mean, they're just kind of wading water till Asuka returns. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's the situation. And think they got plans for them as a trio, but they can't really play it out.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's what it is.
Io Sky is the number 1 contender now for the women's world title. I feel like it's too soon after her long title run to go after this again.
Yeah. But I feel like that just shows she's the top women's star on Raw out now that Rhea's hurt. You have no Becky. So it's like, okay, Asuka's hurt. Dakota's hurt. You're going to put it on Kaden Carter? Like,
no.
Yeah, exactly. So out of the women who were in that battle royal, Kairi and Io were honestly might be the 2 best choices.
Big facts.
Yeah.
Okay. Miz, that promo with Uncle Howdy.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah, man.
And I was nervous because it was like, it felt like the Wyatt 6 had been gone for too long. And now at least it shows that there's like being very thoughtful and intentional with that stable.
And I love it because we all saw when Miz had his lackeys and Bo Dallas was one of them. So to incorporate that in this storyline.
So good.
Oh my goodness, bro. It felt like, which goes back to my opinion about Miz being somebody that could get anything over.
Yeah.
No, they really reward you for paying attention.
Yeah.
All right. Bobcat Lewis says, been watching since day 1 when it was just Chris, Jay, and Prim. Love you guys. Love the pod. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Lord have mercy. Thank you, Bobcat Lewis. Your name also sounds like what they called Martin in 75.
Bobcat Lewis. Yeah, thanks for that love, man. This is a different show.
Absolutely.
But they did that.
That was the channel at one point, but we've expanded now.
Yeah,
There's a lot going on.
We're glad
it's
you're
a new day.
here.
Yes, it is.
We're glad you're here.
Speaking of
man.
which, what's going to happen?
Oh,
what's going to happen?
Let me just say, this New Day storyline might be the best storyline they've done. Outside of the Bloodline, best storyline they've done in the past.
And are you surprised?
No.
Are you surprised? When they let those brothers cook, they cook.
Yeah, man.
I heard they got groceries.
Chef's Kitchen.
Yeah, man. They got groceries to season them.
Yeah, because it's not my kitchen. I'm not a chef.
But it's chef's kiss, not kitchen.
No, but I'm saying they're cooking.
I got it.
Yeah,
I'm with you though.
Okay, you get it. Yeah,
It's I just had a question.
No, it's a chef. It's a chef who's doing the kitchen because in his kitchen. So it's like So,
all right.
But, hey, man, Tyrone Hannon with that super chat. Thank you. Says, shows like this take us away from reality, like politics. But how do you feel with Trump on Taker's podcast? I did not listen to Trump on Taker's podcast.
I'm gonna say this, man. We love the Undertaker. All right. So here's the thing.
Yeah.
Gable had to remind people. Well, also a separate thought. This face paint is reminding me why black men can't not have masks.
What do you mean?
Like when you're a superhero.
Okay.
When you're a superhero, you gotta have a mask.
Right.
Or you just gonna be like Green Lantern. Everybody like, hey John, how you doing? Because I would identify you outside of that.
You're saying if I was just in the street, you would know that this is me.
Hey Martin, you
100%.
fighting crime, baby?
I love that. That's where we go. He immediately like, oh, he's fighting crime these days.
Yeah.
Deuce Big Below with the $10 super chat. Says one gotta go in all their accomplishments. Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold, or The Rock.
Bret Hart is gone.
Yeah, we don't have to have the matches with Pierre Carl Ouellet for a jacket or Hakushi, you know. So you can get rid of Bret.
Brett's gone.
Yeah,
Who
it's
you talking
tough,
about?
but yeah, it's Bret.
That wasn't even tough for me.
I love Bret.
This Bret.
Friend of the show.
Theme song alone, HBK is staying.
Yeah.
The Rock is The Rock. Stone Cold Steve Austin raised me for 3 years. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying?
He was our angry dad.
Come on, man.
It's the quickness for me.
Oh, yeah.
That hurts. You know what I mean? Like, I agree.
Hey, man.
He's got to go before, but
We only have an hour show. You know,
guess,
we got to cut him.
I heard.
Gotta cut Brett. Wow.
Come on, the excellence.
Gable had to remind y'all that he's that guy, but
Yes.
when does he get his run? IC or World?
I say next year. I think right now they're in that rebuilding phase. Right. Honestly, I think Sheamus should win the Intercontinental title. Gable should be the one to take him off it.
Sheamus?
That's the last one that Sheamus hasn't won. I don't know how you get him there.
I love how much producer Yo just laughed, and it made him seem like he's laughing at you, but is what he wasn't.
Oh, that's what I think he was laughing at this comment of.
Yeah, let me tell you why this comment's hilarious. Okay, let me tell you why. It's Anthony Sanamo says why Marvin looked like Sabretooth from the X-Men. Let me tell you several reasons why this is funny.
Yeah.
His name isn't Marvin.
That's
This is your first time watching.
We'll start there.
That's number one.
Number two, it's a complete non sequitur. Nobody's talking about X-Men,
Nobody.
nothing, Marvel, nothing. Sabretooth.
Yeah.
And then, what? I guess I saw it. No.
Can I tell you something?
Tell me.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. That's number one. Because the
the hair,
okay.
the Tyler
this
Mane.
is 2000 X-Men Sabretooth with that wig.
Unc Marvin, if this becomes a trend.
Oh God.
Unc Marvin, bro.
It's kind of like because in the comments on the TikTok, a lot of people were still. You could tell when people don't watch the full show.
Yeah.
Because they're like, "You guys have a wrestling podcast. It is La Parka, not La Marca." I'm like, "My name is Martin. You idiots. That's the whole. Watch the show. That's the gimmick."
They just be watching the clips.
They
But
watch
shout
them
out
clips
to you
more.
guys
Yeah.
that are watching the full episode.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Are y'all giving us stars on Facebook? Let me tell you something, man, because we simulcasting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, and that's free, right?
Yeah.
Sir, yes,
Absolutely.
sir.
We're almost at 30,000 followers on Facebook.
Hey,
We appreciate
listen to
y'all,
that.
man.
We appreciate
that.
y'all. It's going up.
No doubt.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
Please don't.
I wanted Dom to win.
He should have. He won last week. Dominik Mysterio is the number one contender.
Bro,
He's the
Dominic.
number one contender.
I like that energy.
That's
Thank
a good.
you.
Yeah.
No,
I
he
thought you had more.
He beat Damian Priest. They
Yes.
said if you beat Damian Priest, you get to wrestle Gunther for the title. That should have been it. They should not put my boy in that fatal four-way. It should be Dominik Mysterio beating Gunther right now.
You're absolutely right. You're not wrong about any of this. It was a situation where, what you saying, Mark?
Mark said Dom is the new women's champion.
You out of control.
Or he's the new championship. Like,
Oh, he is the title.
He is
Yeah.
okay,
In a
I'll
way,
give you that.
In a way,
absolutely.
Yeah. Bronson Reed and Seth 2 is coming, which I am kind of excited about. It's a lot of meat on that bone, and I love how they made Rollins be in that main event to give it some like pop and credibility, and took him out of the way so that Damian Priest could get that victory.
Big facts.
Sheamus has no direction, and it's unfortunate unless they're heading back to the Kaiser rivalry build-up.
Could be. That's why I was so confused by you saying Sheamus should have the IC title. What?
Listen,
he has no momentum right now.
I know. I'm saying I don't know how they'll get him there.
Okay.
Something
You
needs
just
to,
want him to have it.
Yeah, I feel like he's earned it. But
You feel like he should have something nice.
I didn't say all that, but I don't know him personally.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I think something needs to shift, gimmick or character wise, because I feel like he's been the same dude for like 4 years now, right?
Yeah.
So they got to get him there, but that's hard. It's hard to do. Saints Bro Gaming says Martin is the band Kiss first black member.
I
see that a little bit.
Mark. Mark put that up there just to hit
That was for
you.
him. That was
definitely
for
Mark.
him.
Mark-
But he
Mark
paid
is
his
a
money.
Kiss.
You know?
Devin,
Devin M says, One guy that's never had a WWE run that you wish did. Mine would be Jay Lethal. Happy Sunday, fellas.
Happy Sunday.
Ooh, that's an interesting question because there's not a lot.
Jay Lethal, I remember the clip where he was doing a Ric Flair impression.
Yeah,
that was so amazing. I was like, I'd never heard of that guy before, and now I'm a fan.
I mean, it wasn't just that. He did the Black Machismo, which
man.
was. Do you know his character?
No.
Incredible gimmick.
He does a like 1-for-1 impression of Macho Man Randy Savage.
Wow.
And it's called Black Machismo.
Yeah.
He got over more than he ever did as Jay Lethal.
Really?
And he got the blessings of he said Macho Man called him and was like, "Yeah, it's okay," but he thought they were pranking him.
Yeah, totally.
Wow. I got a YouTube there.
Yeah, no, Jay Lethal's was the man for many, many years. Yes, he's older, he's on the decline. Can still go.
He can still go. He's only 39.
And he's one of those people though, it's like, where would you have ever fit him in the WWE?
I feel like in that 2010 space when they had like a cruiserweight, or like the new cruiserweight division, or the one with like TJP and all them, you could have put him, 20 around that time. I think he could have cooked over there. Honestly, I would bring in what's Jordan Grace's husband, the little jacked,
the little pit bull.
Yeah, he's got the octopus mask.
Yeah.
I know his name, but comments help me out. But Jordan Gresham or Jonathan Gresham. I think I could see him either in NXT, like just helping them out a lot, or on SmackDown, let him just him and Apollo Crews either just wrestling or being a tag team or something. But
he's so compact though. He's like Puck from Alpha Flight. You know what I mean? It's like.
But they don't have just like a tiny bulldog guy anymore.
Why do you need that though? They tried it with Taz and it just didn't work in WWE.
No, man,
but it didn't work because they took him, they took his push away. Taz was on fire, bro.
Yeah, but also he started wearing that pantsuit.
Yeah, man, it was weird.
What I mean? The pants.
He had the switch. He had the switch pants on.
Yeah.
He'd come to the ring with like a tank top and switch pants.
If he'd stayed in the singlet, I think that would have helped. Big
Singlet
time.
was fire.
Yeah.
Jacob Chavoya
says, I know it's super early, but what are you guys' night 1 and 2 main event matches for WrestleMania 41? I would say we save that for next week.
Yeah, that's a great next week question. And I'm going to tell you why. We got a special guest coming next week. We'll tell y'all on the Patreon on the after show today. But the rest of you guys, going to have to wait. Sami Zayn, if we go to SmackDown, is the MVP of trimming the fat out of a segment.
Yes.
The way he does promos is hilarious. All my life, I've wanted to go and fight against everyone. And you're like, Sammy. It doesn't have to be every week you do this. Okay? But he did push along the narrative that we saw with the Bloodline and him wanting an apology. But at the same time, we missing Paul Heyman.
Oh, that's the missing piece. That's the last piece.
But when he comes, though, bro, pause.
Ooh, my God. It's the wig. You out of control today.
And the big smile on his face when he said
when he does make it back, though, I think it's going to be a massive pop. Like I don't want that. That has to be a Survivor Series.
Yeah. But they said I'm sorry. Deuce Big Below, y'all chose Brett. Chad Frost messed up what could have been a good rivalry with The Rock. And that is a reference from Young Rock, Chad Frost, about HBK. Appreciate you watching that, Deuce Big Below, and appreciate your super chat. Thank you so much. Here's the thing. At the end of the episode, when Solo said, you get 4 more people, and he was like, who's your 5th?
Right.
And he was like, Sammy. It's like, all right, I get the swerve, but at the same time, is it going to be 5 against 5?
No, I feel like it has to be OG Bloodline versus new Bloodline, 4-4.
But why include that if they're not going to bring that up again?
They do that sometimes, man.
Of course they do, but this is a new era.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is a more attention to detail era. And I feel like they wouldn't have said 5 if they weren't going to give us 5. Now it's starting to lend more credence to Cody may be the last one.
No, Cody's going to be with KO. Yeah, they took out Randy Orton.
But then who's the 5th on each team?
That's a great question, bro.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't think because then you'd have to rush either a Hikuleo come in. You have to rush either a Zilla Fatu come in. You could bring The Rock back, but he would definitely have to be on Solo's side.
That's what I'm saying. So who would be on the babyface side?
Stone Cold Steve Austin. I said this months ago.
No reason for that to happen. That's
to fight The Rock.
That's utterly
ultimate
insane.
rival.
Jacob came on screen talking like an LA Crip.
Yeah, how about it?
Hey, you ain't been tribal chief in a long time. And Sholo, got you at the back of the line. I just need you to remember one thing. Man, I dog walk, yo. Bro.
Y'all ain't whore. Y'all ain't whore like us.
Y'all ain't whore? James H. Rivera.
Yeah. With the $9.99 says Alpha Flight reference on here. #Puck.
Come on, man.
That's what we do, man. We incorporate all aspects of media. King Rome with a $10 says Jacob calling Roman stupid.
Yeah, man. Dude, it's heating up. I want it to be The Rock to be the fifth person on Solo side. And even if it's The Rock onlooking and Paul Heyman comes back and that's the fifth.
I have an idea.
Let's hear it.
The Rock comes back to be the fifth on New Bloodline. Old Bloodline gets the father of the Usos, Rikishi. Throw him up. Throw him up.
If anything, I would like Rikishi to be on Solo side.
I'm about to say, those are his kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Usos are his son, too.
Yeah.
Sure, but they old. They left the crib a long time ago.
But he owes,
Solo's the baby.
Solo is the baby.
You stick with your baby.
He owes them for missing.
You know you love your youngest more than your other kids.
Excuse me?
Unc, you go. Come on.
What did
How many kids you got at this point?
Zilch, zero, nada that I know of.
Is that their name? Zilch, zero, nada?
Oh, that's crazy.
You just pretend to be a bachelor to our audience. You do what you do. That's fine.
I have no children out there.
Right, well, we believe you.
I loved you, Solo.
Absolutely. Thank you, Randy. So wait.
Yeah.
So how are you guys loving? Oh, so now that we have the OG back together. I mean, first of all, did it hit you in the feels?
Goosebumps.
To see them all together again.
Goosebumps.
Yeah, it still kind of annoyed me that Roman didn't fully apologize.
Yeah, he got away with it.
Yeah, he insulted him, in fact.
Without question, he didn't apologize.
To anybody.
Nor would he. That's his character. It'd be out of character for him to apologize.
No, man.
What do you mean no?
They're your friends. They're trying to help you.
He just ran Rockshot against the whole roster. He beat everyone on the roster.
Yeah.
He cheated on generally every match.
Yes.
He lorded over everybody. We cheered him anyway.
Yeah.
Why would he be inspired to be like, my bad? Because when he was in charge and champion,
you're right.
They was riding high.
Because
he was right ultimately.
Yeah, but look how it broke them up. Look how it hurt them.
And look where they are now. Standing right next to him with their hand up. Am I wrong?
And they made my boy Jay put the new T-shirt on.
That's right. They was like, you both wear some red out here. We gonna this mismatching what we doing, messing up the coordination. That's why we lost the last match. You wearing pink and white. What's wrong with you?
We coming out with one entrance.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You better throw that theme away.
Yeah. Stop playing games out here.
Yeah, quit dancing. We walking out together behind me.
Team effort.
But it's been showing me how on fire Jay is.
Yeah.
And here's the complaints and questions. Take that off, Mark. The complaints and questions that we've had in the comments have been, oh my God.
Chinadu.
My guy.
Chinadu Ogu with the $49.99 super chat. Thank you so much. Says CT. Thank you for the kind words when my brother and dad passed. It truly meant a lot. Not even my mentor hit me up. LOL. If y'all ever need a guest host, it would be an honor. Love the show, bro.
Wow, man. First and foremost, thank you so much, Chinadu. It's always love. He's a huge wrestling fan as well, and he's a comedian that is out of Houston. This dude is incredibly funny, and he's cool. It was my absolute pleasure. I hope that your family and you are doing well. That's something that you never get over, and that's crazy about the mentor. I'm sorry about that, but you know, all of our hearts are always in the right place, and we appreciate you so much for your super chat, bro. I'm gonna hit you with this, man. Jay Uso. These are the comments that we've been getting. Man, the Usos was there before Roman. The complaint that the Usos have given where we were always seen as just the twins. We had no identity.
Yep.
Roman put them on because he's the first person who made us see, well, I already knew because we, friends of the show. But as an audience, that we were able to give them each their own identities.
Yep.
And you see them completely separate now.
Pimp, they don't even look alike no more.
No.
Isn't that
dude,
weird?
Which is
At
crazy.
all.
They used to wear face paint on different sides. I still was like, I don't know who's
I don't
who.
know which one is which.
They
Now they don't.
dance and all this stuff.
That's crazy. Like now you know that you know intellectually that they're twins,
Yep.
but
Yeah.
And Jimmy's taller, by the way.
yeah, which is very
How
odd.
wild is that?
Yeah.
Who knew?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they very much are very different people,
Yeah,
and we were
yeah,
just
yeah.
like, nah, y'all are twins.
That's right.
Wear your little shorts and do your dance. Yeah.
One's
When
in
does
the-
Randy come back? Because that pile driver definitely protected him. I love the storytelling. I got scared for a second, but I was like, okay, cool.
You know what? I just loved it because I think about old school wrestling. That used to be all it took. Oh, he power bombed him when he wasn't ready.
Yeah.
He hit him with a bat. You know what I mean? It wasn't like 8 dudes came and beat him down and put a chair on his neck and top rope jumped on it. It was just like, no, this is a human being with human anatomy.
Yeah.
Ric Flair hit Dusty Rhodes with a bat in his knee. We'll see him next Starrcade. You know what I'm saying? Not next week. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
man.
he's going to be out for a minute.
We'll see him next Starrcade.
That's right.
That's what was annoying about a lot of the conversation on Twitter. They're like, oh, just a pile driver took Randy out. We do 9 pile drivers in AEW. And it's like, that's the problem.
Yeah, that's
the
wrong.
problem.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
you should not have a competition of where you're doing Canadian
I
stories
miss
back and
when
forth.
simple moves were finishers.
Yeah.
The DDT, that was it.
Yeah.
When you got hit with a DDT. Power bomb, wrap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And now it's just like, yeah, they, in AEW, they will take horrifying bumps.
Yeah.
Kick out at 1.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't
And
think
stand
people
straight up.
realize. So Taz, when he broke his neck in ECW,
Yeah.
that was a spiked pile driver from Too Cold Scorpio that legitimately broke his neck.
100%.
Stone Cold Steve Austin broke his neck from a pile driver.
Yeah.
So yeah, just making it a thing where somebody gets pile driven on stairs
crazy.
and they pop up and they're in the ring. And
Bananas.
they went stupid.
Utterly bananas. Unk's back.
Bobcat Lewis says, I don't think it's going to be a 5-on-5, but I do see Paul coming out with OG Bloodline at War Games. Very much agree.
So
Okay.
that's the missing piece, like we said before. So right now, New Bloodline still has the upper hand, in my opinion. But that brings me to something I've been thinking about a lot this week.
Let's hear it.
You know, and so I'm bringing back the segment that's sweeping the nation.
It's sweeping the nation, bro.
Absolutely sweeping the nation. So I hope everybody's ready. Yeah, that could have went a lot of different ways. Can you do it one more time?
Yeah, it was the broom.
No, that's like when you're home alone and it gets out of control.
Hey,
Hi-yo.
yo.
So anyway, here we
Beg your pardon?
Chris's list.
You just made the
Thank you so much. So this week on Chris's list,
Yep.
we're talking about evolution. We're talking about second comings.
Okay.
We're
right.
talking about new blood. We're talking about new versions of original stable. So second iteration, second or third, or just any secondary iteration of a stable. For example, when Shawn Michaels and Triple H is the original DX. Then when Shawn Michaels went out with his back injury, who comes in?
X-Pac.
New Age Outlaws, X-Pac, China
Dog.
becomes a whole thing.
Woo!
Yeah.
And that was a greater version.
It was the best.
Now, how about it? So, top 5 that isn't really a top 5, secondary versions of stables.
Before you answer that, hit it, please. Because Mark.
Yeah, DJ C41777 with the $10 super chat says, yes. Is there a chance once OG Bloodline gets the Ulafala back, Roman gives it to Jay to bring it full circle to their first feud?
I've thought about that. I think so.
Wow.
That would be beautiful. That
I
would be beautiful.
never thought about that.
Yeah.
That would be incredible, bro.
And that would solve the he didn't apologize problem.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Who
it's-
got you groceries to cook? Man.
Because the whole thing is, like you said, it's not, he kept saying, you're my right-hand man.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when I'm done, you'll be the tribal chief.
Right.
So all he left to do is revenge. Then
You're
it's,
right.
then it's done.
Yeah.
Now Jay can be the tribal chief.
Okay.
I would cry.
What happens to Solo? Jacob Good. What happens to Solo and the Tongans? Because Tongaloa don't be wrestling now. He ain't had nan match.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
They got him in that suit and say, just stay over there by the ring.
Menacing.
You know what I'm saying? So what happens to them and the Tongans after?
That's how they're gonna make you cry. They're gonna acknowledge Jay.
Ooh, the whole family acknowledges Jay.
Yep.
Bro, you about to make me have goosebumps.
Come
bro.
on now.
We got another one?
Yeah, Tyrone Handon with the 999 says next Chris's list top 5 finisher from the 80s and 90s. maybe we'll get to that, but I want to finish up this list.
Yeah.
Right.
Also,
yeah.
thank you.
Thank you very much, Tyrone.
I'll
ahead,
take
Ford,
note.
Martin.
I'll take note, Tyrone.
Yeah, we got 2 things now we got to add for next week.
Yep.
But yeah, mine I would say DX 2000. That was one that people kind of forgot about.
Yeah.
Well, because DX broke up in '99, right? And my boy Triple H was on the Reign of Terror. Stephanie McMahon, Tori,
Yeah.
they had all the goods, all the digs. You know what I mean? They were doing what they needed to do to make the thing happen in 2000. They dominated. I hated them. That's how I know how good they were. That I legitimately hated
the
DX
corporate
2000.
DX, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
Evolution 2.0, Blutista. that's how we got heel Rollins. That was the rise of Seth Rollins with that authority. My third team, this is where it gets kind of tough. Corporate Ministry, though.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
'Cause I think the corporation had kind of fell through. You know, they had the union coming up.
Oh God, the union.
Yeah.
I can't believe that existed.
That was a real thing. Ministry was just kind of, falling by the wayside. You make these 2 superpowers a thing, and look where it got us.
I love it. Thoughts?
I'm going to say American Made. I'm gonna come recent.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
American Made is
yeah.
way better than American Alpha.
Yeah.
Just off of power and skill and less of the entertainment value and more of the wrestling, right?
Okay, yeah.
I was definitely going to say DX 99 because that added Tori and Stephanie, and it was like, now this is a conglomerate. I will say for my second faction, Nation of Domination, because The Rock being added was the second.
Sure.
You didn't like Crush and Savio Vega?
Yeah. Good Lord. That's why when people bring up the Owen Hart thing, it's like they already had white people in it.
Yeah,
They
literally the
started,
OG. Yeah.
with white people in it.
My third, I will say, for the third,
Yeah, 3 is hard, man.
damn.
I'll give it to you. I'll help you out. I'm going with Hart Foundation. If you're going to go tag team that turned into a stable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hart Foundation originally, Jim Anvil, Neidhart, Bret Hart. Then you got the 96 version, which is Bret, Owen, Anvil, British Bulldog, and Brian Pillman.
Yeah.
Everybody talks about DX and them really starting to
97 version for anyone who ends up trying to go crazy.
Anybody talks, they talk about like, Attitude Era starts with DX. It actually started with Brett.
Yeah, when he
and the
went
Hart
crazy
Foundation.
in that cage.
That's
and
right.
He was like cussing. You're like, yo,
Yeah.
Brett, what are you doing?
100%. He's the first one to curse at Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
And be
True.
like, this is your fault. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So respect to Brett on that.
I can't think of the name of when it was Miz, Curtis Axel, Bo Dallas, and
The
Maurice.
Miztourage.
The Miztourage.
Yeah.
The Miztourage was better than the previous Miztourage, which was just Miz, Maurice, and Damian Sandow.
I don't know. Sandow was brilliant
Sandow
during
was
that
brilliant.
time. Yeah.
But I'm talking about the Miztourage.
Sure.
This is Intercontinental Champion Miz.
Gotcha.
That's him at his hottest before the last time, which was when he was WWE champion.
I'll give you one more. Since you went modern,
Yeah.
I'll go modern. Judgment Day 2.0 after Edge.
Yeah.
They kicked him out.
After it, damn, that's good.
Oh, that is good. That's a
Damn,
good
that's
pull.
good.
That's a great pull.
That's
Yeah.
an incredible pull. Okay. Wyatt family when Braun Strowman got at it.
Okay. Black Sheep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because they were unstoppable then. Because Braun Strowman was a monster that we'd never seen before with that size and that agility. Which
Yeah.
brings me to my point. That goes to prove that Braun Strowman did not benefit from that feud with Bronson Reed because we haven't seen him since his win.
Well, he got hurt.
He got hurt?
yeah,
yeah,
he tore his
he's-
groin during that match.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What's the super
Groin
chat?
it's a big groin.
Kim Gilmore with a $5.
He's a big man and he got a big groin.
Yeah. I don't know if that.
You on a roll today.
Yeah.
What
Listen,
is that? What'd you eat today?
Kim Gilmore
All right,
for
Kim
$5 says
Gilmore.
after the segment that is sweeping the nation.
Sweeping.
I just watched Jimmy slap the hell out of Miz from 15. What is your favorite Savage moment from WWE? Bianca just gave us one for she smacked the taste out of Liv's mouth.
I licked my lips when she smacked her. I was like,
Because see, it's something serious when you tell black women they ain't gonna do nothing.
that's a fact.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? You seconds away from getting smacked, and they had it play out in real time. It was
And Bianca
beautiful.
ain't the one, bro. Bianca, I know you see all of the dancing and the
no.
ponytail swinging.
Her hands probably feel like hammers.
Bro,
You know what I'm saying? Like
Callous.
Absolutely.
Bianca Bianca Belair seems like in real life, if you say something disrespectful to her, she gonna be like, and that's where the punch is coming. When a black woman start nodding her head, it's a wrap,
She
bro.
ain't even gonna cock back. It's just gonna come right at you. Like, yeah.
Which, speaking of
That's how
Bianca,
I got beat up in high school. There's this girl we used to call her
Girl?
we used to call her Thunder Beast, and I think she called
Thunder Beast.
Yeah,
that
she-
sounds like an 80s tag team.
whatever you about to say, absolutely. Whatever you about to say, you deserved it. Just for calling her
100%.
Thunder.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
no, she
Go
was.
ahead.
You had that one coming.
She was a big gal. So yeah, we called her Thunder Beast. She kind of looked like, all right, y'all remember like when they would do like a Halloween episode of Looney Tunes and they had that the monster dude with shoes on and just
Yes.
eyes.
Yeah.
She kind of looked like that.
Oh.
And
No.
yeah, and then she. Yeah,
You
she,
are an adult. You're not supposed to say that a child looked like that.
Well, but we were at the same age.
I know, but in retrospect, you can't be like, oh, back in the day, that kid was, she was ugly. Like,
No,
come
I
on.
was explaining what she looked like and
Lord
why we called her
have
Thunder
mercy.
Beast. But then she found out I was the one who started Thunder Beast, and then she
You effed around and found
she
out.
beat me up. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right. Blaze Gods live for $9.99.
Yeah, man.
Says, what if Solo gets his own wise man? Who would it be? And I think The Rock could be that guy since he's the boss years of mind games. He could do it on and off. Love the show.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
that. I'm going to say, even after all of this Bloodline stuff, Solo, they need to bring Rikishi in for Solo.
Yeah, I can see that.
That would be his next move.
I think Solo is he's become one of the best promos in.
He is. He's been himself more.
He's been himself more, and he's funny as an evil dude.
Yeah.
So I don't think he needs anybody.
Okay.
Yeah. I would give the Tongan somebody.
Tongas need somebody.
Yeah.
Because you know what ain't going to get them far?
Yeah.
That ain't going to get them
What do
far.
you mean? That's just good. It's over.
It's not going to get them
Yeah,
far.
maybe. Yeah, I'd probably draft them to a different brand than Roman and them once this is all done.
Yeah. Well, it seems
Yeah.
like Roman might go to Raw.
I heard about that.
He needs to.
Yeah.
Mix it up.
Ciampa did all of that heel work
Oh no.
comes-
and still
Disrespect.
no pop. He had no reaction.
Well, yeah.
He had less of a reaction than if you see a piece of paper on the ground and you know who dropped it. That's how much of a reaction he got.
But
Dear
it's
Lord.
not. It wasn't like a big. You got to give this time. You got to let it breathe. You got to let them land. All he did was aggressively win a match. He didn't turn heel yet necessarily.
okay.
Once he beats the dog out of
Motor City Machine
Ciampa.
Guns? Oh,
No,
Excuse me, out of Gargano.
Yeah.
Then maybe some, because right now Gargano's just confused.
Yeah.
Like, I can't get no tag. We just
Yeah.
we just in the matches like this. I thought this was a tag team, but
Or Pretty Deadly.
Pretty
yeah,
Deadly
yeah.
didn't deserve that.
No,
They
they
didn't.
didn't.
They could have
definitely
put
didn't.
anybody in there.
They got a
bro.
movie coming out.
certainly. But Ciampa's at his best when he embraces the Psycho Killer gimmick. So if this is the start of that, we'll see.
I'll take it. Yeah.
They're clearly pumping in crowd noise for Motor City Machine Guns.
Yeah, no one still knows who they are.
But they're the champions. They're pumping the crowd
Sure.
noise in. They come out. Nobody cares. They're cutting. First of all, I've been watching WWE television since I was 10 years old. I know what it means when you cut away from the crowd during an entrance.
yeah.
I know when you just focus on the wrestlers. That's because they get no pop. They fizzle soda, bro. Please
man.
read that.
I
Called him Flat Cola.
Wow. 2534 King says top 5 underrated big men.
They
Yeah.
RC Cola.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
RC Colas
Left
flat
out?
when they get made.
They left it out for
Like,
too
we
long.
just go. We're not gonna put none of this soda water in there. We just gonna let y'all
Yeah.
enjoy that
Goodness.
syrup.
Yeah, we will. What's that question?
He said top 5 underrated big men.
Yeah, we'll answer that on the Patreon because we're running out of time. So let's get to the last couple of points.
Oh, okay. Another bad news. Buck says, real quick, what do y'all think about Jericho taking the AEW title again? He has the ROH title. He can have it. I guess they might
got
be
a
going to
couple
True
more.
TV anyways.
True TV, nice.
Yeah. So congrats to ROH if they do get that True TV deal. Shout out my boy Dalton Castle, Taven. You're my guys. King James 81 says, real monsters looking big. All right.
Real monster. That's a great
pretty good.
reference.
That's fantastic.
King James, you
That's
on your way,
fantastic.
boy.
That's better than my
You
alpha
on
fight.
your way. You the next Lady Bruce. Go ahead, Barton.
Bobcat Lewis says, would you rather have DIY or Street Profits go heel? Street Profits.
Street Profits, absolutely.
Hold on. Who said? Let me put these glasses on.
Bobcat Lewis.
That's on.
Bobcat. Come on, You know better than
Yeah.
that, man.
Which
Absolutely.
I think next week should be when they go heel. Like they
It's coming.
Yeah, they
Something's
made the
happening.
challenge to Motor City Machine Guns. After, if they, I assume they're not going to win. They're, still trying to
hope they
up.
publicly fire B-Fab. What are you doing here?
Not enough.
What are you doing here? You ain't helped us win a match.
No.
You ain't like. What is your part?
She ain't even talking on the mic for
Get
them.
Bianca in there. Why is she
would
not
make
part of
sense.
that act?
Because Bianca's carrying Jade.
I understand, but like, come on now, let's go. If we want to move it in the right direction,
They
let's
had
go.
her with them during the pandemic for a little bit.
Yeah,
Like a hot
That-
second.
that's how they debuted her.
Yeah. They all dancing and stuff. Like, come on.
Yeah. Real quick, we finally have a women's U.S. title.
Yes.
Okay, we've been talking about this, and every wrestling fan around the world has been taking credit for these titles.
Yeah.
Before the bell did it first. Anyway, when
Do
we
you
see
think
this,
that segment should have been live, or do you think they were right to make that a pre-tape?
they're right to make it a pre-tape, but they were wrong not to tell us a direction. Like, how are you going to set the tournament up? And my question for you guys, very quickly, is give me your top 3 who you think should be the first U.S. women's champion.
Oh, easy. Chelsea Green,
Yes.
number 1. Meechin, number 2.
Yes.
Number 3, give me a wild card. Somebody that I haven't seen or somebody from NXT. Like maybe a Jordan Grace, maybe a Zarya. Maybe that's how you bring back Becky Lynch. That could also be
No.
how you bring back Charlotte Flair.
No.
She could carry it.
No. I don't want them. They need to stay in the main event title. These titles are for women who would not have gotten that opportunity, right? So you know the IC title's coming, but I think the Raw women's roster is a lot larger than SmackDown. But go ahead.
Jade's the answer.
Jade is the first U.S. women's champion,
100%. Because I hear what you're saying about up and comers, but it does need to have gravitas.
and
That's
it
what I'm
can't
saying.
be Bianca because she's
No.
too big for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it can't be someone who's too big.
Yeah.
Can't be somebody who's not going to have the weight to them. Jade is like perfect in that situation.
Jade is. I didn't even consider that because I'm over here thinking about the main event title picture and Nia and Jade.
Yeah.
and
Then you
all
have her
that.
go on like a Goldberg type run with the belt, and then it
Okay.
makes a big deal whoever beats her first for it.
Yeah.
I love that. Now, it comes to the IC title. I'm saying Zelina Vega is my number 1, Shayna Baszler my number 2.
Real quick, I think they said that the U.S. title tournament is going to be over all 3 brands, correct?
No, don't
Is it?
do that.
I believe they said that during the thing.
That's trash.
Yeah.
Because
Is
you
that-
need a women's IC title because it's a different brand. Otherwise, you're doing the same thing with the tag titles.
So they talking about ending the brand split.
I've been noticing the cross, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
If you're going to end a brand split, why do we have the World Heavyweight Championship?
Don't get me started on world titles. You're not the world champion if somebody else is too.
That's true.
Yeah, but that's
All right?
it's a different show.
No.
I mean, same network. But
Especially since Cody's belt is called the undisputed WWE champion.
yeah, but that's because they had
What
the
does
other ti-
disputed mean if there's not another world champion?
And they just
that's-
showed by him beating Gunther
Yeah.
that he is the man.
That's right. I get that. She got a ring from Saudi Arabia, but he's still the world champion.
I just hope it's not Candice LeRae as the first.
No, it's not. They gave her the speed title for a reason.
Man.
And they took away Indy Hartwell. They're not about to. Like,
She would have been a great first US
I think she
champion.
would have been at least to lose in the tournament.
Yeah.
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 I thought it was going to be Naomi, but it's still a possibility. Could be Naomi. After we wrap up this championship match between her and Nia, I would love to see Naomi win, but they haven't been pushing her as hard as I want them to.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, my God, we're about to do the post show, and we got so much to talk about. Marty Morrow.
You felt the destrucity. You felt the power. And all I ask is you follow me on Instagram at Martin and Morrow. Follow before the bell. Keep hitting those likes and subscribes for our Patreons, for our patrons. We're about to send some of you guys t-shirts if you hit me in the community notes. So we're going to get those out to you as soon as they come to us. Burns.
Loogie coming. You can follow me at the.darkitect. I know it says Chris_please. That's the personal page. The.darkitect for all podcast, video stuff. Some of y'all don't follow directions. I said go to the Darkitect page and follow to ask me about shirts. I told a bunch of people where they could go, but then some people hit me on Chris, please. I just ignored you. I'm gonna be honest with you. Follow directions and I got you.
And we can start giving us some free shirts, man.
Free.
Yeah, hook us up, man.
The emphasis on that F and that R.
Yeah. Out of control. Yeah, Sam. What are you talking about?
You get the plug us in, baby.
I am the socket and the plug, my friend.
That's
What does that
Man.
mean?
We'll unpack
that's
it.
hermaphroditic.
Yo.
Ladies and
We'll
gentlemen,
unpack it.
as always, I am Main Event CT. This is my favorite day of the week. It is so stress-free. It is so fun. It is so enlightening. What did you say, Mark? I am very petty. This is so much fun, and this has really become a saving grace in my life, being able to do this show with my friends and with you guys. So thank you for supporting us. We're about to do the after show, the takedown. If you are a member of the Patreon, you are in for a treat, boy. You understand? Outside of that, if you are watching live, thank you. If you're watching a replay, thank you even more. The super chats are open for the live premiere. We will see you guys next week with our very special guest.
Laid out for the count. 1,